Well, here we are again, Heathrow's Terminal 3, the home of Virgin Atlantic, and today I'll be flying on the Virgin Atlantic A350-1000 from here, London, to New York in economy class.
Today we're going back to basics. I'm flying British Airways in economy from London to Newark Airport, and tell you what, this is probably the combination of class and carrier I've flown the most in my entire life, but that doesn't mean the British Airways aren't going to have to bring their A game today.
Okay, let's go. Terminal 3 is feeling super calm and cool here. There are check-in kiosks that you can do yourself. I'm going to do that right now. Check-in was quiet, absolute breeze, self-service kiosks, great. But even if I needed to check a bag, you can see there's no queues there, and economy passengers are just heading straight to the desk and checking their bags in.
Now, this is a highly competitive route, one of the most competitive routes in the entire world. You've got the likes of Delta, United, American, and most importantly, BA and Virgin Atlantic flying between London and New York every single day. I'm just hoping that BA come out on top this time around. Well, even though I'm only flying in economy today, because of my bronze status, I can come to the Club Europe and Club World check-in area, which is nice and quiet. I'm going to be looked after. Thank you very much, cheers. Well, I'm pleased to say that was a very speedy security check, and they've now got the bag scanners that mean you don't have to take your laptop out, which might seem like a small thing, but every little helps. I'm very happy to see that Heathrow has finally caught up with the rest of the world in that regard.
Terminal 3 has a plethora of lounges, so if you have status with Virgin Atlantic, with Oneworld, depending what airline you're flying, if you have an Amex Platinum card, you can get in the Centurion Lounge. There is a lounge for you, but if you're just flying economy with no status, this is where you're going to be, the departure hall. It is quite busy today. There's a lot of people sitting down here, but there's a lot of amenities. There's coffee shops, there's restaurants, there's shops. You can keep yourself occupied here for an hour or two while you wait for your flight, and that is what I'm going to do. I think it's coffee time. Bloody hell, it's a little bit busy. I actually don't know if I've got time to stand in that queue. I think I've become a bit of a lounge princess.
So flying economy, unfortunately no lounge access here for me at T5 today, but if I had silver status, I'd be able to access the lounge regardless of what class I was flying in. Tell you what, I think this is the longest tunnel I've ever had to take to get onto a plane before. This just goes on and on and on.
I'm taking it easy, but some of these walks are pretty long, you know, in the terminal. This is definitely going to fall off, but oh sugar. Regardless of what cabin you're flying in, you can always get caught out. And actually here in Terminal 3, when there's a plane that's deplaning, they'll close off these little gates so that you kind of get stuck. So you need to watch out for that, especially if your gate's far away, you might have a long way to walk. Thanks so much. Here we go, time to board this Virgin Atlantic A350-1000. Hi. Okay, here we go. Premium, not my cabin, economy.
Okay, thank you so much, thank you. Well, welcome to my seat, 29K on this British Airways 777-200 here in economy. Now, first things first, the economy cabin on this plane is laid out in a 3x4x3 configuration, apart from the back 3 rows, which actually are in a 2x4x2. So, if you're traveling in a double or even as a single, try and snag one of those back 2 pairs for a bit of extra privacy and room. The cabin on the whole feels very fresh, very clean. It's got a lovely blue and black stitch design that you can see behind me there, and a very comfy, nice padded headrest which can fold in at the corners. That headrest will also slide up and down. With a click of the button on my left armrest, I can actually recline the seat, and just testing that out, that is a very decent amount of recline actually, and feels like a comfy position if I wanted to have a sleep or a snooze. You can see the IFE screen in front of me, and it is touchscreen, but I would say it does feel a little bit antiquated. It's only scoring 1 on the Liam Spencer hand scale. Moving down, there's also a remote for the IFE screen, which you can click out and pull if you want to adjust the brightness, the volume. To the left, there's also a headphone jack along with a charging port, and then the tray table clicks out, and you can have it in single configuration, or you can make it a bit bigger, flip it out and slide it back and forth. And then we've got the standard seat back pocket where you can put your books, phone, passport, charger, whatever you want in there. In terms of legroom, I've got a decent amount under here. It is slightly taken up by this metal bar, but you can just put your right foot on the other side, which gives you a little bit more space. Now, it's very important to note that not all economy seats are created equal. For example, on BA's A380, on the upper deck, seats A and K in rows 70 to 83 are actually more spacious due to the curvature of the plane. So it's always worth checking things like Seat Guru or the Points Guide for a guide to the cabin, and that could be a huge difference over the course of an 8, 9, 10, 11 hour economy flight.
Well, here we are. Welcome on board this economy seat on the Virgin Atlantic A350-1000. There are two sections to the economy cabin here. There's a forward section that's a little bit smaller and a larger section behind, but both sections are arranged in a 3-3-3 configuration. These A350s have been around for 3 or 4 years now, but they're looking really fresh still. Lovely cabin in classic Virgin reds and purples. Really nice, chic but fun space to be in. The seat itself is incredibly comfortable. There's a great headrest right behind you, which has some good adjustable flaps and goes up, really high and down. There's a tray table that folds out in front of you. That's in 2 sections, so you can have it larger or smaller. There are 2 USB-A chargers, one just above the tray table and one on the IFE screen. And that IFE screen, it's big, it's crisp. 2 hands worth on the Liam Spencer IFE screen hand test. What is really impressive here is the legroom. I can swing my little legs around to my heart's content, and there are seats on this aircraft that have even more legroom than this. Choose Economy Delight for the most space.
Well, I haven't got an amenity kit as such today here in economy, but I do have a few goodies to talk you through, starting with this nice blue blanket. Second up, we have this pillow, and tell you what, it's not going to score very high on the fluffy scale today. It's quite thin. And then finally, you have some headphones. We all know what these are going to be like, right? They're fine, they'll do the job, but they are going to pale in comparison to your own headphones.
Okay, we've got a pillow. Fluffy. This is only a day flight, but this is going to be enough for me, I think. Blanky, soft and lovely. Smells clean, always a good sign. And headphones, over-ear headphones, which you don't often see in economy. Often they're those little bud ones. So these are a little win, I think. Pretty good. So the Vera entertainment system has loads of different TV shows and movies, but what I love on this aircraft, on the A350, is that there's also a tail cam. So you can watch what's going on outside, both from the tail perspective, but also a forward view, which is especially cool for takeoff and landing. And Wi-Fi, there are 3 different options available for different levels of connectivity, but it's £20.99 for the maximum speed for the whole flight.
I'm pleased to say there is Wi-Fi on board this BA flight today, and there's a few different options depending on what you want. I've gone for the full flight pass, which was £14.99, and so far it's actually been really speedy. I haven't really had any drops off in connectivity. Well, we've been in the air for about 40 minutes and we're kicking off today's food and drink service with a refreshing Diet Coke along with some pretzels. Well, our main meal has just been brought out. Dish looks pretty good, decent amounts of chicken in there, nice sauce, a bit of potato. Unfortunately, no metal cutlery to speak of. In economy today, we've just got some wooden cardboard cutlery, I guess you'd call it. I'll tell you what, this main course is a real winner in my eyes. The chicken is succulent, it's juicy, it's got this lovely orange, almost smoky sauce with it. The veg is cooked well. Potato could be a bit crispier, I guess, but the flavours are really, really good, really strong. I will say, these wooden forks are pretty crap, and it's hard to even pierce the broccoli or the chicken. Really missing some metal cutlery right now. I've also got a classic British Airways bread roll. Oh yeah. Moving on, we've also got a little fruit salad. Now, always a little bit dubious of fruit on planes, how fresh it is, so let's hope this is okay. And then last but not least, often the star of the show, in my opinion, when it comes to plane food anyway, we've got dessert, and today is a British apple and blackberry crumble and custard. Oh, now that is a lovely bit of crumble, Jackie. That's a good way to finish a solid economy meal.
The economy meal today is a choice of chicken casserole or a vegetarian pasta, and I'm obviously going for the chicken. Okay, there's a neat looking tray. I feel like the salad could be a little bit more filled, but looks pretty fresh. Nice chicken casserole, bread roll, crackers, cheese, and chocolate pot. It's not the biggest meal I've ever seen, but it does look tasty. Disposable cutlery, no metal here. I love a salad, like to be healthy, but I could eat the whole thing in one bite, basically. Fresh and tasty though. This is really tasty, actually. Well, that's my meal eaten. Whilst every element of it was really nice, it could have just been with being a little bit more salad, a little bit more dessert, a couple more crackers, more chicken. It's a small dessert. Everything's a little bit little. Oh, that is delicious though. So not bad. Just give me more. Well, this one's going to be a true challenge, isn't it? The BA versus Virgin Call Bell Challenge. And now we wait.
Hi, can I just get a cup of tea, please?
The only way they could have got here was by running, because that was really fast. Well done, Virgin.
Oh, not bad, BA. That must have been about a minute, right? Which for economy is pretty damn good. Is it enough to beat Virgin Atlantic today? I hope so.
If you're getting a bit peckish, you can come to the back galley. You can hang out with the crew, but also Seabrooks crisps, Freddo chockies, and Walker shortbread. Classic British snacks. And also, these are made in Yorkshire, where I'm from, so loving it. Another thing which is iconically Virgin Atlantic, even in economy, they hand out Love Heart sweeties. Okay, right, pick a Love Heart, 1 to 7. Give me a number.
3.
Okay, whatever the Love Heart says is going to be our vibe for the trip. You ready for this?
Go for it. What is it?
What is it? Let me get down on one knee because it says,
Oh my
marry
God,
me.
Oh, well, look at that. They've got my cup of tea and they've even given me a couple of extra biscuits. The Dunkin', I have to say, service has been really great. Typical BA fashion today. Looked after every second, super friendly crew, having a very pleasant time here in economy.
Okay, so afternoon tea is served with little finger sandwiches. Looks like there's a cream cheese and cucumber and a little cheese ploughman, warm scone with jam and clotted cream, a little chocky and a good old cup of tea. It comes in this neat little box. It's a cute little meal before landing, and actually I really like this. Oh, there's even a little story about afternoon tea here.
Well, there we go. That is my British Airways flight on their 777-200 in economy from London Heathrow to Newark, New York. Done. And on the whole, it was a pretty solid economy flight. I will say there were pros and cons. The positives being the service, which I really thought went above and beyond today to make me feel welcome. They were quick with food, drink, what other little snacks you wanted. The call bell was quick, and it was more than just service with a smile. They were really personable throughout the entire flight. I will say that the seat feels a bit outdated, particularly that IFE on the 777. So on the whole, I'm very satisfied, and they got me here 10 minutes early. Very efficient, very speedy. That is British Airways in economy.
Well, here we are, New York's JFK. I'm feeling relaxed and refreshed because that flight was pretty brilliant. Well done, Virgin Atlantic. First up, the grand experience at Terminal 3. Whilst the terminal was busy, check-in was super quiet. As an economy passenger, it did feel that little bit more elevated. On board in economy on that A350-1000, I found the seat to be super comfortable. I liked the adjustable headrest. I liked the adjustable tray table. The IFE was brilliant. Wi-Fi was a bit dodgy, but overall a great place to be sitting for that 6 or 7 hours. Now, the food. This was the slight letdown for me. It wasn't bad, but it should have been more. I wanted a bigger, fresher salad. I wanted a bit more in the main meal, a bit more of a dessert. But what was there was pretty good. But then the little ice lollies they served in the flight and the snacks they had in the galley for the taking at the back, and the afternoon tea was actually really cute and really hit the spot about an hour and a half before landing. But let's talk about service. Virgin Atlantic brings it every single time with their cabin crew, and actually that's what made this flight for me. The crew was so fun, so friendly, and I was watching around me. They made everybody feel that little bit special. They really are the jewel in Virgin Atlantic's crown. And so that was economy on Virgin Atlantic A350-1000. But which economy was better? Mine or Liam's from British Airways? Let us know what you think in the comments.